Hi, Roy Stone here with JamStone Magic, and I'd like to take just a moment and share with you one of our newer products. It's Peter Pan and a Magical Tale from Neverland. Now, we've all heard of Peter Pan. We've all probably even seen the cartoon, the Disney movie. But do you remember how it ended? Remember how it ended and Peter Pan had beat Hook, and Hook was being chased out of Neverland by the crocodile? Now, you may not know, but the whole rivalry between Peter Pan and Hook started a long time before that movie. You see, Hook has been a rival of Peter Pan for many, many years. Matter of fact, the way Hook lost his hand was to a sword fight with Peter. And to make insult to injury, when he cut off his hand, he threw it to the crocodile. And that's why they are now mortal enemies. Now, of course, also in our story, we've got Tinkerbell. She's the magical one, of course. And tell you what, we're going to take Hook. We're going to place him right over here. And that leaves us with Peter Pan and Tink. Now, in our story, even though Hook had left Neverland, he came back. You see, for years now, he's been planning a dastardly revenge. Revenge not against Tink, but of course against Peter Pan. You see, he wants to get back at Peter Pan. He wants revenge for his lost hand. Well, he comes back and he calls for a parley. You know what a parley is? A parley is a truce. It's a time of peace so that both parties can talk their disagreements and their problems out. Well, Peter Pan hears about this truce. Now, the problem is the truce isn't real. You see, Hook has planned a dastardly revenge, and he has called for a parley that's not a real parley. It's a false truce, if you will. And what he's done is he has cut a hole in the deck of his own ship so that he can make a trap for Peter Pan. You see, during the parley, all the pirates and all the Lost Boys got together and they went off and had a camping trip. And during that camping trip, they roasted marshmallows and had s'mores and had a great old time, while poor Tink was left in the hollow tree cleaning up after the Lost Boys. She was cleaning up dirty socks and stuff left over. Now, have you ever smelled a tree house as full of dirty socks as that? Man, it had to be the nastiest smell in the world. And she was busy cleaning all that up. And Peter Pan knew that he had to go meet Hook to discuss the terms of their peace, the terms of their parley and truth. So he flew all the way to the ship. And when he landed on the deck of the ship, not only did he land on the deck of the ship, he fell plumb through that hole, fell down to the bottom of the ship. And there, Hook had a trap plan for him. Had a big old metal bear trap that would trap his leg. And he went down there and he tied him up. And Hook was tied up and trapped. Hook had tied up and trapped Peter Pan. So now he's going to take him out into the middle of the ocean, make him walk the plank and fall all the way down and sink all the way down to Davy Jones's locker. And then he would have his revenge. Well, as all this is going on, the day gets longer and longer, and pretty soon the sun starts to set. And the sun's starting to set, and it gets darker and darker in the hollow tree. So Tink's having to light the lanterns, and she realizes it's been all day, and Peter hasn't been back, and she gets worried about him. So she begins to flit all over Neverland, and finally she remembers that he was going to meet with Hook, and she worries that maybe there was foul play at foot. So she flies to the ship and she finds Peter trapped in the bottom of the ship. So she gets out a bag of her most powerful pixie dust and sprinkles the entire bag all over the ship. And there she's able to save Peter Pan, help him escape from that trap. And he was able to escape, and he and Tinkerbell, of course, lived happily ever after. Oh, you want to know what about Hook? Or where is Hook? What happened to him? Well, he fell to his own traps with Tinkerbell making the pixie dust magic. He fell to the trap of the crocodile. the crocodile got to finish off his meal. Not only did he have a hand, but he got to finish off the rest of Hook. And that is the magical tale from Neverland. And Peter Pan and Tinkerbell lived happily ever after. This is Peter Pan and a magical tale from Neverland. Check it out. Find us on Facebook or check us out, JamStoneMagic.com.